Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Digital Marketing for Everyone podcast. We talk about generating leads from the internet into your business. My name is Eugene Romanenko. I'm the host of tetrasales.io. And please welcome my host, Dmitry Kolpakov. Dmitry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you to invite me, Eugene.
Dmitry Kolpakov is a digital marketing expert with high skills for SEO and SM channels, Google AdWords, Google Analytics certified. He had work experience with 6 East Asian markets. He owns digital service for building UTM links named url.utm.com, and he is senior digital marketing executive in Thai e-commerce. Today we're gonna talk about web analytics. Analytics is a very important thing in every market. We should analyze what are the results of what are we doing, and are we moving in the right way, and what should we change in our strategy and tactics. Dmitry, what is web analytics and why we should use it in internet marketing?
Web analytics is some kind of service, usually for English audience is Google Analytics, when you can see any metrics from your website, like how many visitors visit your website, how many buy, how many get attention to your product, how many to try to get your product but not finished filled form, on another main metrics, any metrics which one touch your website. That is the web analytics.
Well, when we talk about analytics, we always talk about key performance indicators, or KPI, as we know the short pronunciation. What is key performance indicators, and why so many people are talking about that?
KPI is some kind of metrics, which one we can measure, we can count it, and if we count it, we can manage that. And so many right now business school try to count any metric on beside website. Like first metric can be in company, offline company, how many hours your manager to work with some project, or how many hours you just use you use phone line for just sale for customer or something. And usually previously to came web analytics very popular. KPI was some kind of metrics which one business to try to choose and use for see healthy for his business, like revenue, like vendor income or other thing. And right now is some kind of similar like KPI macro metrics or macro conversion. That is quite same. But anyway, KPI is main metrics which one we can track to understand is it our business life and grow or not.
Is Google Analytics the most important tool of every digital marketer, and what are the most interesting features in Google Analytics?
Right now, Google Analytics grow every year, and now we see some kind of pretty interesting features. First of all, we should to use a report for channels where from our visitors for website. That is first step, which one we should to use in Google Analytics. Next one is we call that like UTM links. We wanna know more detail, not only channels. We wanna know from which post, which video, which email, exactly which one or when that was email, where from. And in UTM, we can use which audience, like maybe gender, maybe location, or maybe a group interest, like maybe somebody looking for about fashion, about food, another thing. We can put it and see that detail. Next one, we can see detail about target is conversion, like how many visitors to visit your main page, like product page, or go to basket page, or finished order, or who not finished. We can set up conversion funnel and see level by level how visitors to go to buy and close deal on your website. Honestly, right now, a few metrics we can see which keyword and which phrase in Google search was put it before visit your website, and some kind of service can show you plus Google Analytics video about behave on your website. And anyway, if you use and e-commerce tools to see how many revenue you earn for each product on your website. And anyway, if you use a few that kind of features, you can will be know more about your business, and maybe you can be more impact for your business if you see clear data for you.
Well, if we are online business, and can we while doing online marketing ignore Google Analytics? Or I'm joking that why does every online business use Google Analytics? That's why.
That is some kind of joking question. Why not everyone who work involved to online business not use Google Analytics full of it? And a few reasons here. First of all, not every online business manager who have business and online know Google Analytics is useful and have some feature like channels or more details on conversion funnel or other thing. And second reason can be maybe somebody know that function exists there, but it's too difficult to learn. Maybe it's take too long time, and that's why decide, okay, we don't have a time to learn, and that's why we're not going to open Google Analytics. Maybe is some kind of myth about Analytics that numbers is all numbers not correct, or your another competitors about company can get access to your metrics or other thing. But I think it's not clear way to manage your business if you don't have a data. If you right now online business grow and very rewards market, and every year that market's more difficult and difficult for new players. And right now it's only one way to get success and exist that market. Try to use your data and try to see what is real about your business. What is most conversion your product? What is most revenue your product? What is should be not exist on your website product? And you don't have before that moment maybe when was not so big tough time when we can see clear data. We can make mistake and we can try to feel like we can wait long time before we just close some product which one not we spent a lot advertising cost, a lot budget, but don't get any transaction. But right now that way is not working. We can to exist with market without counting any our data.
Well, I'd like to remember to our listeners that the very famous phrase, "You don't manage that you don't measure." It's about KPI and analytics. If you don't measure, how can you decide where to press the button and what button to press, and do you have any buttons to press? What is CPO, or cost per offer, as I understand, right? Why should we measure it?
CPO, that is great question. CPO is one of kind of reason why we should to use Google Analytics and another similar tool. We should to know how many we spend for get that transaction. Usually business know how many revenue business make for every transaction, maybe around $10 or $20. But not every business know how many budget we spend for get that transaction. But if you get another site about your budget spent for transaction, you see clear data. You spend $20 and you revenue and you earn $20. Okay, because you can, if you're going to work in long time in the market, you can to attractive that visitors, that your client again, and make money. But anyway, if you don't know that, usually business can be faced with situation to spend $200, $300, $500 for one transaction, and that transaction to income around $20. That is insane. But that insane can be exist if you don't see any data. And anyway, CPO is cost per order, and if you know how many budget you spend for that order, you can decide that way for budget that channel. Is it good way for you, and that product and that offer is work with your business or not?
Well, the question arises: what KPI should we track for main advertising channels? What are they?
Yes, good question. It's our next step to understand which KPI we should to track. First of all, we should to track our base growing, like email lists or SMS, Facebook page. We want to know how many subscribers there. We should to track impression in Google AdWords or Facebook, Facebook feed, or email marketing is open rate. We should to track to understand how many visitors to see your offer, but maybe not do anything. But anyway, if that your visitors, your particular target audience see your offer, it's big chance to get conversion from that audience. In by channel and main conversion, macro conversion is lead, when you get some request like name and number, but you need to close deal, and order when you get payment from customer. For channels, by channels is okay. For example, we have 4 channels SEO. We need to track how many in go to index Google search, how many page go to index Google search, how many page in the top, what is CTR for your snippet in your Google search, how many visitors to see your product, how many visitors to make hot event like watch video or maybe sign some form to get wholesale price or other thing. For ACM is a little bit different. You need to track CPO, CPC and CTR and see how effective your ads. Other thing is the same like SEO, about leads, product page, and another conversion funnel. And about email you need to track growing your list, open rates, click rate, and when you get some audience on your website is usually same things like product page, hot event, lead, conversion, or order.
Well, which KPI should we track for main 5 types? And just let's remember, what are they, these 5 types of business?
Main five types business. We right now to separate for the 5 groups. First of all is you sell good, like iPhone or table or kitchen stuff or other thing. Second is service, which one you like fitness or hairstyle or other thing. But in that service, to for that service, usually you need to some master who do that. Third one is online platform where you can, that is different. You work with some machine like Google Drive or Dropbox or even Google Hangout. That is online product or online platform, and usually that business make platform, but can work with a lot of customer in that moment, maybe 1,000, maybe more. Anyway, next one is education platform, education business, about book, about seminars, training, course, audiobooks, and other things. And last one, when you make revenue via advertising. For example, Google and Facebook, that business for advertising, because Facebook and Google search is free for consumer, but show you advertising and sell that advertising for buyers. That is 5 type of group industrial. And different here is for goods, you can easy to track your CPO. You know how many budget you spend for get that transaction, and you particularly should to track your callback, that is lead, and your order, that is CPO. For service, but human service, you need to track how many visitors to visit your location page, and that is mean to interesting where you're located and how you can to approach that. And maybe page about your team, about your staff, because it's a human service and your customer to wondering who is your team, that is particular important for that. And maybe video about you, about your company. Online platform some kind of difficult for new customer, because every online platform try to make something new for industrial every time, and you can track how many visitors to watch your video, how many visitors get your demo version 12 platform, or just see your presentation or web presentation, online presentation anyway, or maybe see your webinar. Education business should be track how many impression to how many get you visitors for your free content, how many to subscribe for package for your free content, how long to watch your free content from seminars, video, or other thing, and anyway, how many to get some cheap product, maybe for $1, to see how many visitors who consume free ready to pay at least $1. And last type of business is advertising. You need to track how many audience you have right now. And by the way, most biggest audience in internet right now in YouTube, Google, and Facebook. That is KPI for that kind of business, be huge audience, because that numbers, that business to show buyers who going to buy advertising in that platform. We have so many 100 million users, and you can buy our advertising and show them, and you can track page about your offer for advertising, and you can track form for getting wholesale price.
Well, Dmitry, what will you recommend, the main recommendations for other businesses during online marketing for using web analytics? Let's start with, don't forget to use web analytics. First of all, check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Eugene. First of all, start to use and not scare. Anyway, right now, every year, Web Analytics and like Google Analytics and another similar system have function for easy to use and have function for professional, and you not should be scared. You can use some basic stuff. Basic stuff, you need to know how many and where you get your audience on your website, and it's totally free and totally useful for you. You can start to use right now. Just open it, your search and medium on traffic report on Google Analytics, see picture, and it will be useful if you start to use at least one time in a week or maybe one time in a day. Next one, you should to start to setting your goals in Google Analytics for main KPI, like page for your location, or watch your video on website, or maybe go to basket, buy something, or maybe thank you page, or other thing. If you set up goals for that, you can see how many visitors, how many percent from your audience to reach that. And other thing, if you reach that level, you can make set up conversion rate and see your way for payment, and where is your block for your customer. Maybe it's not clear your video, maybe customer don't want to see video so many loud, or maybe not clear. Maybe your page location is not clear for your audience. But anyway, you can see in the funnels where most audience to give up and leave your website. And last one, I totally recommend start to use UTM links, where you can track not only your channel, you can track channel by any post, any items, any email, any advertising, and that is things to make different between casual user Google Analytics and professional who use UTM links, see more detail and try to think and make clear your data, and totally ready to use his big data to see and make right decision based on his data. That is important, I think so.
Well, thanks for the recommendation. Thanks for you explaining what is web analytics. Now we understand that. Just remember, if we don't measure, we don't manage it. Next podcast, we'll talk about conversion, or just turning the input into output we need. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do your digital marketing work well, generate leads, and please do not forget to convert them into your sales, because that's your business and that's your money. Please like, subscribe, share, stay with us, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Start to measure your visitors on website right now.